Good morning and welcome to Through the Lens on this 6th day of May 2010. Our program this morning is entitled From High School to Marriage via World War II. Dick and Alice Young arrived at their new Maris Grove home in November 2008. Dick, it's nice to have you with us. How are you this morning?
I'm just fine, thanks. It's nice to be here.
Dick became a photographer's mate third class in the U.S. Navy 1943 through 1945. And as a result of this, Heather has been challenged selecting the photos for this program. Tough choices. Dick, can you share with us a bit about your youth in Salem, New Jersey?
I'll try. When Japan bombed Pearl Harbor on December 7th, 1941, I was a senior at Salem High School. Salem is a small town in New Jersey, South Jersey. It's right across from the Twin Bridges from Delaware. There's about 7,500 people there, and it was founded by John Fenwick in 1675 as a part of the land grant from Berkeley and Carteret. And Salem became a county seat for Salem County, one of 21 counties in New Jersey. I was graduated from Salem High School in 1942. That's in June. After graduation, I was employed by the Anchor Hocking Glass Corporation, and I worked there until October 1943. I was first employed in the carton department as a helper in the pad liner splitter. I learned to tie knots there. They were very useful today. After 3 months of shift work, I was transferred into the labor service department, or the personnel office, and they had me as the labor service investigator. When the war was going on, Anchor Hocking had to import employees from around the North Carolina, and they found some in North Carolina. They were located all around the city of Salem. It was my job to see that they got to work.
That's amazing. I cannot imagine an employer in 2010 hiring anybody to make sure that their employees got to work. Could you share with us your decision to join the U.S. Navy in February of 1943?
Well, in February 1943, I was 17, and my next birthday was March 27th in 1943. So before that time, I had to join the Navy or I would be drafted into the Army. My first tour of duty was at Brown University. I was in the Navy V-12A program, which is very similar to the ROTC program, which is supposed to train officers. With my poor study habits and my eye for a good time, led the Navy to relocate me in boot camp.
Well, how did things go at boot camp?
Boot camp was very interesting. A lot of exercise and drills, and we learned how to march and things like that. I was there for 6 weeks.
Is it correct that upon graduation from boot camp, you were about to go across the United States for your first trip?
Yes. We boarded the troop train, and it was converted boxcars with two-level bunks. And we went to San Diego. I stayed in San Diego for about 2 weeks, and I boarded the USS Ocelot and headed for Hawaii. arriving in August of 1944 after 10 days en route. I was seasick the first 3 days out, but I really loved the ocean after that time.
The Ocelot is a very interesting ship. There's a photo of it, of her.
Yeah, that's her.
When you arrived in Hawaii then, what was your first assignment?
My first assignment was down in the Pacific Fleet Camera Party, which is located in Pearl Harbor, directly across from Ford Island. This camera party's job was to tow targets on a seagoing tug, behind a seagoing tug, about 2,000 feet. These targets would be shot at by battleships, cruisers, and destroyers laying off about 20 miles. And our job was to shoot the overs and unders.
Well, that's very interesting, and two possibilities come to mind. One would be more seasickness, and the other would be the captain of your tug telling the ship that had fired that we are pulling the target, not pushing it. I understand that you then had a change in your assignment.
Yes. Speaking of seasickness, I got seasick every single day that I went out on that tug for 3 months. And I was very happy to be transferred to another unit, which is called JICPO, JICPOA, short for Joint Intelligence Center, Pacific Ocean Area. It was Admiral Nimitz' headquarters, and I was there from November 44 to September 45. We processed pictures that were going to be, that were taking areas for future engagements like Iwo Jima, Saipan, Okinawa, places like that. And the pictures were taken by 6 cameras that were attached to P-38s. And they flew over at a level that would get the pictures just right, and we processed the pictures. Our
P-38 is a very interesting airplane, unique looking. There's a photo of it up on
it has the split body there. It's very unique is right. Our job was to process those pictures that were taken, and we worked 12 hours on and 12 hours off 7 days a week. These pictures were made into mosaics from which plans could be made for invasions. These pictures were, it seems like a lot of pictures, but my recollection, we processed about 1 million 12 by 12 prints every week. While I was in Pearl Harbor, I was fortunate to meet 26 servicemen from Salem. I was able to contact them through their address, which was posted in the local newspaper, the Salem Sunbeam. And I would get that and I would write to these guys, and they would look me up when they got at Pearl Harbor.
Dick, while you were in Hawaii, you took some lovely pictures of Honolulu area circa 1943. As they come on the screen, could you sort of narrate for us what we're looking at?
I'll give it a try. This is the famous picture of Diamond Head, which is right off Waikiki Beach. Everybody who goes to Waikiki Beach knows of Diamond Head. And that's a better picture of Diamond Head, able to use the palm trees there along the beach.
That might be at one of the hotels.
Yes, there are 2 hotels there. There are only 2 hotels there, the Moana and the Royal Hawaiian.